live today. I wanted to come back because I had to tell you guys a story. I have to tell you guys about what happened with my car. If you watch the vlog, you know, it's been atrocious, like my whole situation, but I'm gonna wait and let a couple of people come in first before I start talking about it. And while I'm talking about it, I'm just gonna sort this laundry because I have to go to the laundromat after I leave here, after I get off live. So I'm multitasking today. I think I should do my laundry first. But I did want to say, I want to thank everybody who sent me gifts and like has been supporting me. Not even just sending me gifts, but I hope everyone sees this on the replay if they're not in here right now. But I want to thank everybody for liking the video, for like just like not sending me gifts, but like supporting through liking, watching, commenting, like engagement and all that stuff, because I really appreciate that. And I had a wonderful sweet girl on here that was on my live yesterday, and she sent me a Cash App to support me. And I don't know how to, I can only heart her Cash App. I don't know if you can send like messages on Cash App, but I really wanted to say thank you to her. And I didn't get to say thank you to her, so I hope she comes back, or I hope she sees this, because I just want to say thank you so much. Oh my God, that was so sweet. I put the gifts, you know, I put up, I'm going to put in the description box under this video too. But I have a Amazon wish list, and I have my Cash App, and I posted both of those, you know, just to post. Sometimes, I know like in the past I've had people ask me, but you know, no one has to give me anything, of course, like that. And I really posted, but I didn't expect anyone to like give or do anything. But you know, that just feels like so good to have people supporting me like in all different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel so grateful to even have this house and stuff like that. And it's not that, I know some people struggle with that, feeling like they don't deserve good things, or they don't deserve to have good things happen to them. I don't necessarily feel like that, but it just almost, I'm not used to it so much, so I almost feel weird like having people give me stuff. I think because I'm not used to it, or like having so much support, so I'm just like, it just always feels so good. So I'm very grateful, and I want to get used to it, and I can't wait till like I have enough to bless other people. Like, you know what I'm saying, to be a blessing to other people, like people have been a blessing to me. So I just hope she comes back on so I could personally thank her for what she did. And I'm gonna probably put in the comments on here too, and in the description my links. Hi everybody, thanks for the likes and thanks for the hearts. I'm coming to talk about my car today, from everything that happened. Y'all, the gas price is so freaking high, bro. Oh my gosh. I usually spend like, my car usually takes $30. I usually have $30 to fill my tank. Last time I put gas, which was like 2 days ago, I think, $45. I fill my tank with $45. And I've been seeing people making videos say the gas is burning like faster than it usually does. Hi everybody, thanks for the hearts. If you're in here, don't forget to like the live to boost the live. I've seen people saying like when they put gas, they could usually smell the gas, and they don't smell the gas anymore. So people were saying that gas is getting watered down. And I never noticed if I could smell the gas. I just don't pay that close attention. But I noticed my gas is burning super fast. Like usually when I get below half tank, that's when my gas drops off. Like that's when it starts burning faster. But when I'm full, it don't usually burn that fast. But my gas is burning super fast, so I believe they're watering down the gas. That's what everybody's saying. Gas is $3.99 where I'm at. It's $3.99 where I'm at in Florida. The cash price is $3.89. Where's gas? What is gas prices where y'all at? Because this don't make no sense. I think it's only gonna get I think it's only going up to, I don't know. I need to pay cash for gas so I can save money. Or I'm about to get an e-bike, and I'm dead serious, because I'm not paying all that money. And I used to Instacart. I used to Instacart. I'm not Instacart. Instacart with the gas prices like this. I'm trying to wait for some more people to come in and start talking about my car. But we'll get into it now because, you know. But anywho, I don't know who watched the vlog. If you watched the vlog, you've seen everything that happened. But I'm going to recap, okay? Because this really don't make no sense. I can't find a good mechanic to save my life. I've been through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mechanics. I only had my car 2 years. 5 mechanics. Not one of them good. None of them has done the work on my car that they said they were going to do. Not a single one. Some of them took my money and didn't fix. How many took my money? 2 of them took my money and didn't even fix my car. My car, I bought it off of Facebook Marketplace about 2 years ago. I paid $6,000. It had like 91,000 miles on it. I checked the car out. The only thing that needed to be done to my car whenever I first got it was I needed new tires. So I was like, cool, I could put new tires. Other than that, everything seemed fine. So I bought the car. I put the new tires. And then shortly after that, I think at some point my AC went out. So I still don't have AC in my car. But my AC went out. And then like about a year in, I noticed the oil was leaking. When I went to change my oil, they told me, I think that's how I found out. I don't know. I noticed my oil was leaking, and then I noticed like it was making a weird sound. If y'all watch my older vlogs, I used to talk about my car was making this really weird sound. I didn't know what it was. Turned out it was the power steering pump. I don't know. So I got that changed. That was a year ago. So I was like, cool, my car was cool. I changed everything except I took my car into this place and they didn't fix the I took it into this place to get the power steering pump changed and the oil leak fixed. So they changed the part, but it didn't fix the oil leak. Like the oil was still leaking, and I just never went back. Release the stress. I don't have any stress. I'm not stressed. I'm very relaxed right now. I don't have any stress. But yeah, so they didn't fix it, whatever, everything was cool. So of course, like by the time, y'all know I had this big road trip coming up. So by the time I had my road trip coming up, of course my car started acting up and like the oil leak was still leaking. So I was like, you know what, before I go on this long road trip, I had to drive all the way from Louisiana all the way to Florida. I was like, let me fix my car up a little bit. But so, okay, I was driving one day and I went to brake my car. This is like a little bit before the road trip. Because that's when everything started going wrong, like all of a sudden, right before I had to leave. I went to take my car out and I went to brake. And instead of just braking like regularly, I know you brake the car, the brake pedal went all the way to the floor, like slowly. And it was like struggling to brake. So I was like, that's really weird. But I usually drive with like no shoes. But this day I had on like these platform Converse that I wear. So I was like, maybe I'm tripping and maybe the brake pedal really didn't go to the floor. You know, y'all know how you're like, no, it can't be something going wrong. Like I tried to rationalize in my head. I was like, no, like maybe it's me. Maybe it's my shoes. Like I'm off because I'm wearing these like big platform Converse, right? So I was like, yeah, I'm tripping. So the next day I drove my car. I didn't have those shoes on and it did it again. Like it went all the way to the floor and I was like, oh, something's wrong. Aloha. Hello. Welcome. Thank you, Mr. Nobody IRL. Welcome back. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be back. I'm so happy. So the next day I was like, dang. So I was like, this could seem kind of serious. I don't want to get in a car accident. Like, you know, let me check my brake fluid because I had to replace my brake fluid before. So I go out one day, the next day, because I was like, this don't seem safe to drive, you know, if the brake pedal went all the way to the floor. So I'm like, let me go check my brake fluid. So I look, the brake fluid is low. I get the brake fluid and then I seen it was low, so I had some in the house. So I walked around the other side of the car to go in the house to grab the brake fluid to fill it up. When I walked around the other side of the car, y'all, it was a puddle underneath my tire. All mechanics are crooks. I'm starting to find that out. And I think I'm about to become a mechanic at this point. After I finish court reporting school, I think I'm going to become a mechanic because this is ridiculous. Even my mom, I was talking to my mom and she was even telling me like when she was taking her car to the dealerships, like they was messing her car up too, like even at the dealership. And I'm just going to like these mechanics I find, or like I'm asking people, like, do you know a mechanic? And I'm like word of mouth people I'm finding. But I walk around the other side of my car and it's a huge puddle underneath my tire and I'm like, that is my brake fluid on the ground. So I called the mechanic that's down the street from my house. Thankfully, I'm so happy he was that close to my house. So I called him. Yeah, I'm just throwing laundry while I'm talking. So I called him and like luckily he was not busy. He was like, come in, like you could come in right now. So I'm like, okay. He was like, you can make it. I'm like, yeah, I'm down the street. And I was scared, like I had to drive there with no brakes. So I drove over there. He said he was so nice, y'all. He was so nice. That's why I couldn't believe he was a crook. He was always nice to me. He offered me a ride. Like his wife had brought me back. And whenever he would look at my car and not fix it, he would never even charge me to look at it. Like, so that's why I thought this was a good dude. I got good vibes from him every time. So he said it was my brake cylinders and he charged me $300. He said you might as well just change both on both sides because the other one probably gonna go out soon. So I was like, fine, we could change both. He changed them. I was like, perfect. Oh, he changed it all in one day. It was really fast. I was like, great, cool. My car's good. Fast forward. When I'm trying to take this road trip to Florida, y'all seen I had a knocking sound. All of a sudden when I'm braking, my car was not making a knocking sound. And that's when like everything just started, bro. Like it was like one thing after another thing after another thing. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what that knocking sound is. I was packing my car for the road trip, so I'm like, maybe something is in the back because I had a lot of stuff in my trunk. So I'm like, maybe something is like hitting the door. I didn't know like what was going on. And then so I was like, you know what? I'm going to take my car in. Plus, I'm going to have him check the other stuff I want him to check. Too, mind you, I had a whole situation before this with this mechanic where my battery light came on my car. This man been lying to me. I had no idea this man was lying to me. Y'all, I took my car into this man because my battery light came on. So the people at like AutoZone or something plugged it in. They was like, you need a new alternator. So I'm like, cool. I bought an alternator. I was struggling to find people, you know, to fix it. He said he was going to fix it. I brought in the alternator. He looked at my car. He said, oh, nothing's wrong. Like, he was like, no, you don't need an alternator. Your alternator's charging the battery. Like, I checked it all out. He was like, you just had some rust around your battery. It was corroded. So, yeah. And he brushed me off. So I was like, okay, I returned the alternator. I went on about my business. Battery light's still on at this time, but I didn't think it was not my alternator because the man been lying to me. He been lying. He was so nice. Like, oh my God. Anyway, so I bring my car into this man, and that's why I was talking to you on the vlog because I bring it in. I'm like, yeah, the tires is knocking after you just did my brake cylinders. And I was like, and I have an oil leak. Can you check that out to fix it? He was like, yeah. Y'all, this man go tell me I don't have an oil leak. I went under the car. I can see the oil on the ground. Or whatever's leaking. Something's leaking. I see it on the ground every day. It's a puddle. I went under the car with my 2 eyes. I seen the oil leak. This man said, you don't have an oil leak. And he told me it was some sawdust in my brakes. And it was dusty. And that's why it was knocking. And I was like, what? And after that, that's when I knew he was a liar and a scammer. I was like, okay, thank you so much. Get the freak out of my face. Luckily, he would never charge me for nothing. He would never charge me. So he didn't charge me for that. And then he told me something else was wrong with my car, like on the front end, like which I knew, but it was like making a noise, but I don't think it's that serious. But I'm like, why would you tell me that? But you're not going to fix it. You're going to tell me it's wrong. Why don't you fix it for me? I'm trying to pay you. I have the money to give you, and you're refusing to fix my car. So after that, I realized he was lying, and my car was struggling to start. So that's when I started thinking back. I was like, oh, maybe it is my alternator because this man must have lied to me about the alternator stuff. But at that point, I had already got my rental to move or whatever. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm going to just find a mechanic when I get to Florida. You know, maybe I'll find somebody better. So when I was looking for mechanics, I found this shop that was right down the street from my house. So, because that's why I need a place close because I don't have rides back and forth or whatever. So I found this place that's right next to my house. The reviews is so good on this shop. It's like, it seems fake. Like, the reviews are so good. I was like skeptical. I was skeptical about the reviews, but you know, I don't know. I was like, maybe it's real. Y'all, this was. Oh my god, this is where it started. So I called, I scheduled my appointment. I go into this place. The guy is like cool or whatever. I don't know. The vibes are like whatever. They ran the diagnostic on my car. They told me like everything that was wrong. And at first I was not gonna fix anything because they, you know, they tell you what's wrong and they tell you all the prices for everything. And it was ridiculous, all the prices, like for everything that's wrong with my car. At this point, I just need a new car, but if I could get a new car, I would buy one. So that's where we at right now. We just have to fix this one. So it was like my AC out. They was gonna charge me $1,100 for my AC. They said I need an alternator. That was $1,300. They said for whatever is wrong with like my sway bars or something like that, there was like $800, and I don't remember what else, but I remember like, I'm not fixing nothing because that's too much money and da-da-da-da-da. I was like mad about the price. But I just was like, you know what? Let me fix it, at least fix the alternator because, hello, hi, Tori. Oh no. So I was like, let me just fix the alternator because, you know, if the car break, like if the alternator really is bad and they're telling the truth, then, you know, the car's not going to start. And I'd rather at least fix the thing that's going to keep the car running to get me to like, you know, where I need to go now until I can get a new car. But I was not going to fix anything at first. And I was skeptical because I was like, well, the man told me I don't need an alternator, but then I remember he was a liar. So I paid them to fix my alternator. The $1,300. $1,300, mind you. I paid them to fix my alternator, y'all. They didn't even tell me my car is ready. I had to call them. I was like, hello, like, can I get an update? I think they had it for like a day and a half, but I just wanted an update so I can know, like, you know, when I was gonna, y'all just want to know. He was like, oh, it's ready. Like, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. I was like, okay, cool, I guess. So I went pick my car up and everything was fine. Everything was normal. I picked my car up. The battery light had went off. Y'all, the battery light was on for months. I was driving for months like that, like months and months and months. It started up really easy. It didn't like, because before it was like struggling to start a little bit. Sometimes it was struggling to start. So I was like, cool. So I was like, they fixed it, great. So I think I drove my car that day. Obviously I drove back home. I don't remember. The next day, I had to do like a drive, like a 40-minute drive, because I was going to pick some up from Facebook Marketplace. And I was like, perfect, you know, my car's fixed now. I could go like do, you know, I felt comfortable driving my car now. And this lady who I was going to pick this stuff up from lived in the middle of nowhere. I could tell from I don't know the area that good, y'all know, since I just moved here. But I could tell from the name of her town. I was like, this is a country town. Like, I could just tell this sounds like she's going to be living in the country. And sure enough, she was in the country. She was on a dirt road, a dead end road. And I was like, okay. But I didn't think that my car is good. So I go pick the stuff up. And when I like put it to her house, I just left my car running, which is something I don't usually do. I usually never leave my car running because the AC don't work anywho, so I had to cut it off. Save my gas, so I don't have to keep paying for this gas. So, you know, fine. We drive back, 40 minutes back. So, you know, I'm driving. I'm like, oh, this is nice, you know. I was thinking to myself when I was driving back, I was like, man, I am so happy that I don't have to worry about my car breaking down on me no more. Like, y'all know the stress, like if you ever had a car, you know, that just wasn't right. I've been there before. I've had, all my cars I have, you know, have been used, but on different levels. Like I've had newer used cars, I've had older used cars, good cars back, you know. So I was like, man, I'm so happy I don't have to worry about my car stopping on me. I thought. So I'm like, okay, you know, I was tired at that point. I was talking to the kids. We was trying to debate like whether we want to go home or whether we want to get some food, you know, stop and get some food. So I was like, let's go to Zaxby's, because the last time I had Zaxby's was like years ago, whenever the last time we were in Florida. So I was like, let's go to Zaxby's. Y'all. That's where everything went wrong. I couldn't believe it. We went to Zaxby's, y'all. Everything was still fine. When I put into Zaxby's, it was like nobody there either. Like nobody. It was dead. Nobody was in the drive-thru. Nobody was in the parking lot. I was wondering if they was open. But we went. I ordered my food. Listen, I'm going to set the scene. Nobody's there. I ordered my food. I had to use the GPS the whole time to get to the Facebook Marketplace lady and back. My phone's dying. Okay, we're here at Zaxby's. Phone dying, tired, ready to get home. picked up the stuff. I got this big giant table in my car, okay? Order my food, go to the window. The lady hand me my food. I go to, you speak really fast. Am I talking too fast? Am I talking too fast? I get excited when I tell stories. Am I talking too fast, you guys? I'm sure y'all keep up. Anywho, right when she handed me my food, well, you the only person. I'm gonna ask anybody else. You think I talk fast? Are you a native English speaker? I'm sure you can keep up if you speak English natively. But I get it. I'll try to slow down. So she hands me my food, and I go to put my food on the ground, like on the floor in the car. Y'all, my car cut off. Boop! Cut off. I'm at the drive-through window. I'm in front of the drive, like right here. Cut all the way off. I was like, I was shocked. I just started laughing I was shocked. The drive-through, so I go to turn it and it went click, 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 click. And I'm looking at the drive-through, like she see what's going on. I'm like, oh my God. She like, your car just cut off. I'm like, yes. So I'm like clicking it. I'm turning the key. It's just clicking. It's clicking. I'm like, oh. It was in complete shock. So the manager in Zach's PC, like now they all talking about me. They're like, her car cut off. They were really, really nice. I'm so grateful actually because they were really nice. And I'm sure they wanted me to get out of their drive-through because I know like at fast food chains, you have to like, they count the minutes and stuff, people in the drive-through, like their time. So I'm sure they wanted me to get out of their drive-through. And I'm just, this needs to go in the trash. I'm just so happy that it was dead. Because imagine if your car cut off in the drive-through and there's a line of cars behind you. So nobody was behind me. So they would start scrambling in there. And the manager had immediately got on the phone. I guess, I didn't know what he was doing at the time, but he had got on the phone to get some jumper cables for me. But I couldn't even put my car in reverse. Like I couldn't even shift my car at all. And so my first thought was, the people messed my car up. The mechanic that I brought my car to, a totally new mechanic, totally new guy, totally new state that I thought I could trust. I finally, they had good reviews. So I'm like, maybe I can trust these people. I said, they messed my car up. Because why would my car cut off like this and not even start back up, nothing. So I called him. I'm like, yeah, you changed my alternator yesterday or whenever, and my car just cut off in the drive-thru. I'm like panicking. I'm shocked. The kids' in the car is hot. The air is not working. This is like a little embarrassing, even though the people made me feel like really comfortable. He's like, oh, maybe it ran out of juice. And I'm like, what kind of car? I have a Ford Escape. I have a 2003 Ford Escape. It's a Ford Escape. So he like, maybe it ran out of juice. And I'm like, what did that even mean? I don't even know what that means. What are you talking about? So I'm like, do you know a tow truck? Because when I read his little agreement and it said like, I have a warranty on the part. Did you put a new battery in it with an alternator? Hi, Jeremy. Welcome back to the channel. I did not put a new battery. I asked them if I need to put a new battery. They said no. They said my battery was good. I don't know. I didn't put a new battery. I asked though because I thought, but whatever. So I said they messed my car up, and I asked the man because I have a warranty on the part, and on their stuff they said they'll tow your car. So I asked him, I'm like, do you have a tow truck driver to come get my car? At the same time, you need a new battery with an alternator. You got to put a new battery in it with the alternator or get the battery charged. Okay, I'm gonna get to that part because I asked them about this. I'm gonna get to that part. I asked them because through my Google research, I thought the same thing, but they said no. So I'm panicking in the drive-thru, y'all, because now I'm like, do you have a tow truck driver? He told me the number. So I asked the people in the drive-thru for the PIN. I wrote the number down, and I have to call the tow truck guy And I have to use my phone to get a lift because there's no one I can call for a ride. So I'm trying to do all this before my phone died. And I'm still in the middle of these people drive through. So I called the tow truck guy, and he's like, he said he can come pick it up in an hour from now. And I asked him how much he charged, and he was like $80. But I told him I didn't have any cash, so he was just like, I'll charge the mechanic, like, because I guess they know each other. He was like, I'll tow your car there, and I'll charge the mechanic. I'm like, fine. And then he helped me, like, he told me what to do to get my car in neutral, so he got my car in neutral. And the manager of the Zaxby's and the girl that was at the window came out to push my car. So they pushed my car to the parking lot, to the parking spot or whatever. And then the manager went and got his own car. He was super, super, super nice. I was just kept saying, like, I was like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, thank you so much. Like, I really appreciated them because they made me feel so good. He was like, yeah. He told me I could send the kids inside and to give them some water. And they gave them crayons and a coloring page and stuff. They were like so nice. But he got his car to try to jump my car. He was like, maybe the battery died or whatever. I was like, okay. So he jumped it and it started. So I was like, oh, great. Like, I'll call the tow truck. I'll cancel the tow truck. Perfect. He was like, just drive it to your mechanic. You know, maybe the battery died. So I go to pull out, y'all. I get in the car. I go back in Zaxby's. I bring the kids. I'll hurry the kids in the car because I'm like, we need to hurry up because I need to try to hurry up and drive to the mechanic. Y'all, I got on the side street to pull out to the main street. That's as far as I got. The car stopped. It just started like jerking. I was like, oh my God. So now I'm in the middle of the side street and the car stopped again. So the car, where am I from? I'm from Louisiana. So my car stopped again, bro. Now I'm in the middle of the street. I'm like, oh my God. I really wanted to cry. Because it just was so much stuff. I was overstimulated. It was hot. I had the kids. I had the table. I had the seats. It was like crazy. I had the food. I wasn't even hungry no more. I wasn't even hungry at that point. But I didn't want to cry, y'all, because I know if I started like panicking or something, like I was panicking internally, but if I started panicking on the outside, like it was gonna make my kids cry. It would all been crying. So I was staying calm for them, you know. So now I have to flag the manager down. I flagged him back down, and I'm like, yeah, it stopped again. But I was like, thank you for trying to jump my car, but it stopped again. So he came back to push, and he's pushing the car back in. I'm in the driver's side steering it, and it's like to get back in the parking lot, it's a hump, like, you know. So he couldn't get the car over the hump, so I have to get out of the car. Now I'm pushing from the driver's side. I'm pushing and I'm steering the car. And just had this same thing happen to me 2 weeks ago. No way. Did your car stop in the drive-thru specifically? Because that would be really crazy. I hope not. But yeah, so now I'm pushing the car and steering, and we get it in the parking lot spot. I'm trying to get all my stuff out the car. I got the kids back out the car. I was able to call a Lyft, like to do a Lyft on my phone. But I was worried because I didn't get the Lyft for like multiple, like the amount of like passengers I was supposed to get. Stopped in front of my driveway, luckily. Yeah, no, that's good. Well, it's not good that your car stopped, but you don't want your car stopping, in the middle of traffic or something, I hope you got your car fixed, Jeremy, because it's real out here having car trouble. I'm tired of having car trouble. But yeah, so my Lyft came and I was like, hey, it's a lot of people. Can I sit in the front seat? Please, can I sit in your front seat? Yeah, a bunch of stuff in his front seat too, but he was nice. He let me sit in his front seat and the kids sat in the back seat, and we got the ride home. And then I didn't sleep that night because I was so mad. And I was just wondering, like, what is wrong with my car? Because I just paid all this money. Like, I paid all this money for you to fix it. And now y'all got me in the middle of the drive-thru looking crazy. Man, that made me mad. I couldn't even sleep that night. So the next morning, I get a call. Like, I get a text saying, like, from the mechanic, they received my car or whatever. And so I just waited for them to, like, let me know what was up. So later, they texted me. Yeah, I put the alternator in myself. They wanted $600. What? What kind of car you have? And see, I need y'all to be in my city because I would have paid you to put my alternator in too. Look, don't think I didn't look up a tutorial, because I did. I looked up a video and I was like, maybe I could do it. Let me see. But once I seen everything, I'm like, nah. I know my limits. I am like a do-it-yourself person if I can. But I know my limits. I know. I can't even try. I just mess everything up. But I took it to the shop and I paid, and they messed everything up too. So maybe I would have did a better job after all if I tried. But did I get scammed? Did I get scammed? Because I paid $1,300. Is that a scam? It feels scammy. I feel like I got scammed now, because why did you pay $600? My mechanic did tell me, like, the one, I have had mechanics tell me though, they said my alternator is in a bad spot, like a hard to get to spot. Like, you have to take the wheel off. You have to take the passenger side front wheel off and like get all up in there. So I don't know. They said it's not in a good spot, so maybe that's why it costs more. But yeah, so then like they just nonchalantly texted me. They're like, your car's ready. Like, no explanation. They sent me an invoice. They did not charge me anything. Yes, I paid $1,300 just for the alternator. Well, no, the alternator itself, there was like $200, $300, something like that. The alternator, and then the belt, I think. And then the rest was labor. Labor for them to mess my car up. Hard to tell. The car may have underlying issues. I don't know. I was just trying to figure out, like, because it was starting weird. So I was like, is it, no? Did I get scammed? It's not I could do, because I paid them the money. Nothing else I could do, man. They got my money. Then they got me then. I'm never going over there again, though. I'm never going over there again. I'll tell you that. That's expensive. Yes, I know. That's why I didn't want to fix in the first place. I was like, man, is it even worth it? And, like, I feel like it's not worth it at this point. When I went to pick up my car for the second time, 2 times. I went to pick up my car for the second time. They didn't even, there was a woman in there per service. That's a lot. It feels like a lot. It feels like a lot, yes. I'm gonna have to leave them a bad review, y'all. I'm going to leave them a bad review. I'm gonna get my computer and type up something professional, but, you know, bad for them. But y'all, it's nothing else I could do. I don't have, like, I know, like, maybe if I had a big scary man to come with me, like, you know, to be like, yeah, she need her car fixed. What's up? So she need her car fixed. Y'all do, you know, I need somebody to come look like that. I would, like, if I had a friend to be like, yeah, man, you take my car. I won't even come, because you know how they like to scam women, and they don't respect women like they respect men. But for the second time, when I went into their office, y'all, it was already a lady in there. Good afternoon, Paige. I hope you're okay. Hi, Mr. BX. Yes, I'm good. I'm doing good. Actually, I wasn't doing good the other day when my car stopped in the driveway. I wasn't doing good that day. But y'all, you couldn't even keep me down. I cried when I got home. When I got home, I came in my bathroom and I closed the door and I was crying because I was just crazy. I didn't want to eat that Zaxby's either. And I'm mad because the Zaxby's was nasty. Like, it wasn't even good. I got the Nashville hot chicken tenders. It wasn't even good. It was nasty. I forced myself to eat it. I was like, I guess, you know. But I lost my appetite after that. I have no appetite. I cried. And then I was like, no. Everything's gonna change. Like, I never let myself stay down, so I was like, no, I'm gonna get on YouTube, I'm gonna do my videos, and I'm gonna do my schoolwork, and everything gonna change, and I'm gonna get enough money, I'm gonna get a new car, and and I hyped myself up, so I feel better now. But yeah, so when I went in, a lady was already in there complaining. She was talking about she was hearing a sound in her car, and but it's like when her car gets wet, like under the wheels or something, and they were brushing that lady off. I was just listening. He was like, oh, I didn't hear anything. He was weird. He kept smiling. This was a different dude. He was like, I didn't hear anything. No. She was like, yeah, but it's when it gets wet. He was like, no, I drove it. I didn't hear anything. And I was like, what the hell? And he was like, yeah, but if you hear it, you know, just bring it back. And I was like, dang, how about, in my mind, I'm like, how about you get a water hose, wet the car, and then drive it and see if you hear the noise. That's what I'm thinking. That's common sense, no? He was just brushing her off, trying to get her out of there. And then after she paid, he came, he was like, oh, hey, you Paige for the first game? Here. No explanation, nothing, y'all. Did they tell you what's wrong with your car? Yeah. I had changed my alternator. And the day after I changed my alternator, my car just completely stopped on me in the drive-thru at Zaxby's because the shop that changed my alternator did faulty work. So I'm at the point in the story where I already bought my car back. I had to get my car towed back there. So the man was just giving me the keys. He was like, here, and he wasn't gonna give me any explanation. Like, he wasn't gonna say nothing. I was like, what happened? He was like, it was bad. I was like, so the alternator just wasn't working. He was like, nope. And I was like, okay, like, are you sure about that? Like, because that's really crazy. You know, I don't want to go through nothing like that again. My car just stopped at me in the drive-thru. He was like, yeah. So I'm like, okay. They claim it was a bad alternator. They claim the alternator was just bad. So, okay, cool. So I go out to my car. I'm like, let me run the car, cut the car on. I'm like, let me sit here for a little while and see. Because I don't know where the alternator's at. I really want to check to see, like, did they really change it? You know, but I don't know what I'm looking at. So I sat in the parking lot and I let my car run. It was making a sound. It's still making a sound. Okay, it was making a sound, but like I can't really put my finger on it. It's not a loud sound. It's like a hum. It's a sound like my car was not making before. My car's never made this sound. Even before the alternator went bad, it never made the sound. So it's making a sound when it's like in drive or when it's in park. When it's idling, like when I'm idling at lights, it's making a sound. So I went back over there and I called that man back over there. I said, my car's making a sound. I said, this don't sound right. I said, my car never made the sound before. Here he go. He went, bring his happy behind back over there. He got the little thing to test the alternator and the battery. He's like, no, it's working just fine. He plugged in. He was like, yeah, it's working just fine. It's doing what it's supposed to do. He was like, that's an alternator sound. Yeah. He was like, it's just because your battery died and the alternator need to charge the battery back up. And that's the sound it probably is. He was like, but if it keep making that sound, come back. So I was like, do I need a new battery? That's when I asked if I need a new battery. He said no. So I was like, okay. I don't know if this is his first day on the job. I don't know if he's the one that actually changed the alternator or not. I don't know who's doing the work. I don't know. So I thought that was really weird. I didn't like the sound. I didn't know what else to do. There's nothing else I could do. So I left. Me and the kids stopped at the store. We went home. The next day, it's not, you would think the story would be over right though. They put the alternator, it was broken, I fixed it, we're good. No, it just kept going. The next day, I'm like, okay, now you guys, I'm paranoid. Every time I drive my car, I'm paranoid that the car is going to stop after that happened. And I'm like scared. So I'm on my way to the gym the next day and I'm driving, minding my business. Boom! Check engine light come on. I'm like, you're lying. You're lying right now. Y'all, I was mad as hell. Oh my God. I took my car into these people's shop 2 times. The check engine light came on. My check engine light never been on before. Ever. The 2 years I didn't have a car, check light has never been on. Yo, I was mad. And it's Saturday. So I can't call them because I would have called them and turned my car around and drove back to the shop. But it's Saturday and they're closed now. So I just go ahead and go to the gym. The car's still driving, but I'm like, is it gonna keep driving? Is it gonna stop? Like, I don't know, but I just went to the gym. Ain't gonna hold you. I think they did something to my ride. No, I think the same thing. I'm like, they messed my car up. I think whoever was working my car has no idea. Did you check the oil? Oh my God, I forgot to talk about the oil is another thing. When I was in the Zaxby's parking lot, I checked my oil because y'all know the oil leak. I usually check my oil and I have to add oil. So when the guy went to jump my car at Zaxby's, I pulled the thing out and it did have oil. But one of the times, I think it's the first time I picked it up, y'all, you know how when you get your oil change, they have the oil change sticker? My sticker was gone. And with all the commotion with my car cutting off, when I went back in, I didn't mention it because I forgot. But my sticker was gone. So I was like, did they take my oil sticker out? Because I remember checking it because I needed an oil change. Like, I have an oil change coming up, like in the next 1,000 miles, I think I have. So I'm like, I'm looking at my car. I'm like, did they take my sticker off? Because I didn't take the sticker off, but I forgot to bring it up. And actually today, I checked my oil, and it's like a lot of oil in my car. Y'all know, like, I do know that the oil is supposed to be in between the 2 dots, right? It's like a little bit above it. So I'm like, is there too much oil? And now I'm like, did somebody change the oil? I don't know. I'm thinking they changed the oil at this point. I don't even know. I'm like, did they accidentally change the dipstick? Yes, the dipstick. The oil, like when I pull it out, it's higher than those 2 little dots a little bit. So I'm like, okay, my sticker is gone. Y'all know how I have an oil leak, so I was expecting the oil to be a little low. I was ready to go to the store and buy some oil to put the oil. And I'm like, why do I have all this oil in my car? And I'm like, where's the sticker? Where's the sticker? The sticker's gone. So I didn't get to confront them about that because I just forgot. And I forgot. So I don't know. I don't know if in my mind, I'm like, maybe since they don't know what they're doing, I'm like, maybe they got some cars mixed up. Maybe they thought I was there for an oil change. Like, what if they changed my oil on accident and didn't tell me? I don't even know. I don't know. But I have oil in my car and my sticker's gone. That's all I know. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what happened with that. But yeah, so my check engine light came on. So I'm like, it's Saturday. These people have my car multiple days. And I need my car. So I wasn't going to wait until Monday until they open back up. I wasn't going to wait. So after I left the gym, I took my car to O'Reilly's. I took my car to O'Reilly's so they could run the thing and see like what the light is on for. So they told me my light is on for my oxygen sensor. I need an oxygen sensor. Do you see the line on the dipstick? Is the oil past the line? What line? I see the dots. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all know those 2 dots? Like, I thought it's like a dot here and there's a dot there. And your oil's supposed to be between the 2 dots, right? Where the oil stops at. The oil is like a little bit higher. It's like dot, and then like when I pull the dipstick out, well, I know, like, I do know, right? If I'm right, you're supposed to pull it out and wipe it and then put it back in and pull it out. I didn't do that. I just pulled it out. And the oil is like over those dots. It's over it. So what does that mean? Too much oil? Or is it just like, is it just on, like, it's just, I don't know. So the people at O'Reilly's, I'm talking to the girl at O'Reilly's. Just above the dot, there's a line. Oh, I didn't notice a line. I'm gonna have to go back and check. I didn't notice a line, actually. It's not that high over the dots, though, but it is above it. I didn't notice a line. I have to see next time I check. But there's oil in the car. I was expecting the oil to be low, so I don't know what they did to the oil. I don't know what they did to my oil change sticker. I don't know. But I was talking to a girl at O'Reilly, and she was telling me it was the oil sensor. Now, y'all see, when I went to the O'Reilly back in my hometown before I left, when I asked the girl, I was like, do y'all recommend any mechanics? And she didn't know. She was pulling up the mechanics I already been to and stuff. This O'Reilly was like really organized, and they had a QR code. She was like, yeah, you can scan this QR code and it'll tell you like different mechanics, because I was telling her who I went to and she knew the guy. And she was like, yeah, well, you can look up different places. And she recommended me another guy, and she wrote his number down. So when I got in the car, I called him, and he was available like on Saturday. So, and he said he was only gonna charge me $50 to change my oxygen sensor. And so I was just like, whatever, I'm gonna do it, because even though I just paid $1,300, I was like, I'm gonna do it because I need my car, and I'm not taking my car back to these people because they messing stuff up. So I called him. He was like, yeah, it's gonna be $50 unless it's hard to get off or whatever. And then I bought the part, and the part was just like $28 or something like that. So I bring my car to the new guy, And he was working. He moving shop, so he just worked on my car outside, like right in front of me. The guy. So I'm watching. So he pulled my tire off. I got the oxygen sensor and everything. And come to find out, would you look at this? I have an oxygen sensor. It's unplugged. So I'm guessing to get to the alternator, you had to unplug the oxygen sensor. So they unplugged it and they never plugged it back in. So they plugged it back in. They put the tire back on. They did all stuff. He started my car. The check engine light went away. So that was the problem. So he ended up just charging me $40 to plug my freaking oxygen sensor back in. But he was like, you should go over there and you should get your money back. Because that was their mistake. And I'm like, you right. I should. But I was scared, y'all. I was scared to confront the people because you never know, like, how people are going to react whenever you go to confront them for stuff. Like, I wasn't going to, be on no crazy stuff. I was just regular. So that's what I did yesterday. I was like, hey, I was here Friday and my check engine light came on. And I told him, like, what happened. And then I just was like, yeah, can I have my $40 back? I was like, they charged me $40. Can I have that back? He was like, yeah. Like, he did not care. He opened up the cash register. He gave my money like nothing. He didn't even care. So I got my little $40. And then I told him, now the guy that was there that day, he was the owner. I think he's the owner. I told him, I said, hey, look, my car's making a noise. Really, y'all, I wanted my $40 back, but I know the owner, I don't think he's the one working on the cars. So I really wanted to tell him somebody's messing these cars up. I wanted him to know that they left it unplugged, and I wanted him to hear this sound that my car is making. So he heard it. I told him the excuse the other guy gave me. And he was saying he heard it, but it was hard to hear. Like, of course, when I was at the shop, it wasn't being as loud. But he said he heard it, and he was like, that don't sound like an alternator, because he was like, the alternator don't care if you're in park or drive or whatever. And it's only happening when I'm in, like, idling and drive or in reverse. So he was like, I don't know. He was just like, well, you have a 2-year warranty, so whatever. So, and that was that. I have a Ford Escape. I have a 2003 Ford Escape. So that was what happened yesterday, y'all. So now I just have my car. I'm paranoid that my car's gonna stop. The freaking car is still making a like weird sound when it's idling, but none of my lights are on. But you would think, like, since they didn't plug the alternator in, you would think before my car died in the drive-thru, you would think the battery light would come on, right? Again, you would think that because it was on before. But no, nothing came on. Actually, when my car cut off in the drive-thru, nothing was on the dash, but right before it cut off, it flashed that little, y'all, I don't know the symbol. It looks like an oil thing with like a drop out of it coming out on the dash. It flashed that on the dash and it cut off. So I'm like, I wonder if that has, like, what is that? So yeah, that's what happened. I need a new car. It's driving now, but I'm scared to, like, I've been getting a bunch of stuff off Facebook Marketplace for my house. And it's like, I'm like 30 minutes away. And I'm scared to drive 30 minutes away because if my car break down again, I need to get a tow truck again, and I'm tired of paying for lifts. And I don't want to have to pay for a lift for somewhere 30 minutes away, another town. Like, it's gonna be so expensive. So that's what happened to my car. The other guy that fixed the oxygen sensor or whatever, he seemed like a good mechanic. So I guess if I have anything like else going on with that, I could take it there. But I just don't feel like you could trust anybody at this point. At this point, it's no one to trust. I just need a new car, And the car market seems good out here, like the used car market. When I was at the guy who's fixing the oxygen sensor, they actually had a place like across the street, and they have cars that was selling cars. So I walked across the street and went look. And they have cars out here for $3,000, $4,000. I thought that was weird when I seen the car. It was like $4,000 something. And I was like, that's cheap. Like, you would never see a car for sale unless it was just like scrap, like ready to be scrapped, like, or like really down bad in Louisiana. I'd never seen a car for sale that cheap before. So I was like, what is that about? But then when I got on Facebook Marketplace, I seen like a lot of cars. People were selling cars for like $4,500. $5,000, like super cheap. And I'm like, is that the norm out here? Because the cars seem cool, like they don't seem, too bad. The miles are not crazy. But at this point, I don't know if my miles even matter, because when I bought this car, it was only 90,000 miles. I know it's high. I know it's not like super low, but I'm still having all these issues. But I'm gonna get a new car, y'all. I'm speaking that. I'm being positive about it. I'm gonna get a new car. You know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm speaking this. I'm getting a new car before the summer because we don't have AC. And my kids are in the back seat hot and sweating. I have a little fan in my car, but I don't like that, y'all. So I'm speaking that. I'm getting a new car before the summer starts. By like July, August, I will have a new car. I'm speaking that. Because I can't keep playing with these mechanics. It don't make no sense, bro. It don't make no sense. I'm tired. We took the bus like one time, y'all. I thought the bus was free. They have buses like this town is like, buses go everywhere, y'all. Where I was at before, the buses wouldn't go to every city, but the buses go to every city around here. So I'm like, cool. I'm getting on the bus, y'all. These people talking about it's no he like, where you bus pass at? I'm like, bus pass? He was like, yeah. I was like, I thought it was free. The website said it was free. I was like, y'all, but he was nice. He ended up letting me on. He let me on the bus anyway. I never took the bus again. It's $4 to ride one bus ride. I'm like, dang, I thought it was free out here. It's not free. And then me and the kids tried to walk somewhere. We tried to walk to the park, but you know when you're driving, it seems like places are really close by, but then when you walk, it's like, yeah, it wasn't that close. It actually wasn't that close. Cars are cheaper on the East Coast. They're cheaper here in Florida. But you know, I used to follow this girl that said like she was showing she was buying a car in Florida. She in another part of Florida though, and the prices were really cheap. Like really cheap. So I think I'll be able to get me a new car. I think so. I seen this car. Oh man, I was looking at it. It was like a Toyota Prius. This guy was selling because he was moving. And I was like, that's probably a good car. Those kind of cars, when you could find one where like somebody's just moving and nothing really wrong with the car, or like this elderly people, that's the car I'm looking for. He sold the car for like $3,900. Just really cheap. And I bet the car was fine, but you know, I didn't have that yet. I don't have that yet. But yeah, you guys, that's my story with my car. I'm speaking that I'm gonna get a new car soon. Thank you guys so much for your support and everything like that. Enjoying the live. Don't forget to like the live, you guys. Don't forget to like the live and heart the live. And if you could hype it up, I don't know what the hype stuff is on YouTube, but I know they have like a new hype thing. If you could hype the videos and stuff to support. I'm really, really grateful for everybody like watching and liking, and people sending me gifts. Like really nice girl sent me a cash app from my live yesterday, and that was so sweet. I don't expect anybody to send me anything like that, and that was unexpected, but I just really appreciate everybody. So I have to go to the laundromat now because I don't have a washer and dryer here yet, but luckily the laundromat is down the street, so that's where me and the kids are about to go now. But thank you everybody for watching, y'all. If y'all have any advice about cars, leave them in the comments below because I need help. Clearly I need help if you know anything. And when I took my car to that other guy, I made sure I asked him, and he did look, and he did confirm that the alternator looked new. So at least I didn't get scammed with like, they didn't even change the alternator, or they put a bad alternator. Drop the cash app. My cash app is, can I leave comments? Yeah, I don't know how to leave comments on here. My cash app is Paige911. So it's like Paigey 911. Paige911. I will put it in the description or like in the comment section. And it is on my last vlog. My last vlog, I put it in the comments. And I also made like an Amazon wish list for like stuff for around my house, y'all. I've been getting stuff for the house. I am about to drop a vlog. Y'all, my vlogs are gonna be really long because I just keep, I don't know. I have a lot going on and I just want to film everything. Paige, got it. Okay, thank you guys so much. I just want to film everything, but I've been getting like so much stuff for my house from Facebook Marketplace for like super cheap, thankfully. But it's like really expensive to get like all new stuff. But you know what? I'm gonna take my time to finish my house because we have everything we need. We have beds to sleep in. I have the things in my kitchen. You know, I finally got a table. I just don't have chairs yet. I my chairs. But I finally got a table, so the house will come together. Like slowly and surely, everything will come together. We have time, you know, I'm not in a rush. But thank you guys for joining the live. Look out for the new video. Hopefully I'll edit it, be done editing soon. But I love you guys. Have a great day. Y'all have a great day too. Love y'all. See y'all later.